Hi, I'm Sarah Backhouse with the We First Social Branding Seminar. I'm here with Sherinian, Vice President of Communications and Public Relations at the UN Foundation. So welcome, Aaron.
Thank you.
Maybe we can start by having you tell us a little bit about the UN Foundation story.
The UN Foundation is an organization that is committed to helping bring people together, to help bring people, ideas, and resources together with the UN to help solve some of the world's biggest problems. So whether we're talking about confronting the energy and climate challenges of our time, helping women and girls be empowered and healthy, and making sure that children around the world have health that they deserve in this global health reality, that's our mission, is to bring people together. So whether it's advocating or fundraising or driving awareness and helping to build support, that's what we do.
That's such a huge mission, isn't it?
It's a big to-do list, and it was started with a big check. It was started with a major donation by philanthropist and globalist and media mogul Ted Turner, who 15 years ago made the courageous step to make a $1 billion donation to United Nations causes. And that gave the United Nations Foundation the ability to explore areas where the UN was doing some of its best work, and to build partnerships and find people who said, this aligns with what I do, I want to be part of this. I want to be working side by side with the UN and with these causes to help solve some of our world's biggest problems.
Well, great. I want to talk a bit further about partnerships because that seems to be an overriding theme here at We First. Tell me about some of the partnerships that you're currently involved in and how they play out.
Some of the most exciting partnerships are ones that are happening today. So let's talk about one happening today here in the United States. We partner with organizations, for example, Walgreens, a nationwide important chain of pharmacies and retail points where you can go in and today get a flu vaccine, a flu shot. And the flu shot helps make possible a donation that gets a child around the world a vaccine that's desperately needed. There are millions of children around the world that can't get access to vaccines. That partnership seems simple when you're in a Walgreens getting your flu shot. But the Get a Shot, Give a Shot partnership is a great example about how organizations today in the United States and around the world align with these big issues. And just because they might be seen as a neighborhood pharmacy or as an organization, any other, maybe some other consumer brand, we have lots of relationships with those organizations. They have these core values that they care about and that they're working together with organizations like ours to help solve.
How do you do the storytelling aspect of what you do, and how do you get the word out to excite people and engage them?
Storytelling is important in everything related to communications on cause or advocacy. I found that the best way to do it is to let people tell their own story. So instead of trying to focus group the stories together, or instead of trying to craft them in a boardroom or in a conference room, the best stories have come from asking people who care about children's health, or asking some of the teen girls of the Girl Up campaign, which is a campaign that we're proud to support. What are the stories of what touches you? Who are the people that have inspired you that you want to help? We live in an era where we talk a lot about crowdsourcing. We should crowdsource the stories. Crowdsourcing the stories is going to get you A, the most authentic stories, and B, the stories that are most aligned to the moment. Because the stories that are going to work today are going to be affected by the world's news, by the mood that happens, and by the reality of these people. So I think that asking people, your advocates, your community members, to be your storyteller is the most effective way.
Interesting. And then what, to drill down further on that topic, what medium would best suit that? Is it still images on Instagram? Is it video content? Is it articles?
Well, you know what I'm going to say. The answer is yes. And today we live in an era where if you're going to have that 360 storytelling approach, you've got to ask all of it. And you're going to find, for example, the UN General Assembly is happening this week. And we were so excited to see a group of really excited Instagram photographers come around and tell the story of the United Nations General Assembly for the first time in what they called Instacore. There were a core of photographers at the United Nations using Instagram as their medium. And there were some of the most powerful stories about how people are connecting that hadn't been tried before. And had we not engaged with them, we would have lost a lot of the good perspective about what it is that made for the biggest moments of the week, maybe the most controversial moments of the week, but the most important things that people should have.
What do you feel are some of the biggest challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis?
I think any organization, whether it's small or large, so a small nonprofit, a mom or pop business, or a Fortune 500, or a mega philanthropy, in this day of connectedness of digital media, there is a reluctance sometimes to admit that you were wrong, because everything plays out very publicly. And admitting you're wrong has to be done immediately, and it should be done publicly. It's a tough pill to swallow. When you've made a mistake, your messaging was off, or you said something that you should not have said, or a piece of data was wrong, I think an important lesson, and it doesn't matter the size, an important lesson that has to be learned a couple of times is how do we admit that we made a mistake?
Great. Now, you contributed as a speaker to the We First seminar, but what did you learn as a participant, and what are the kind of key takeaways that you could possibly share with our audience?
The We First seminar this year, which is my second, I was part of last year's We First seminar as well. We First has taught me that there are so many opportunities and that you've got to try multiple things. And that's been a takeaway from me today, is that people are more willing to share things that have worked and that have failed, and that we, all of us together, need to realize that the first alignment of a major brand or a corporation with a cause partner or with a nonprofit, they're not all going to work. The first one won't always be the success. And I think I'm finding that more people are talking about that because they're committed to making this We First community succeed. That's one of the key takeaways. Another takeaway that I found is that it's about listening. And when you read Simon's book, and when you listen to Simon speak, and when you talk to the people that are here today, it's important that we listen. Maybe listen 2 or 3 or 4 times more than we're really messaging out when it comes to why these partnerships will work or what they're meant to achieve. Listening has been a key theme. I've heard it all year. I've heard it here at We First, and I'm hearing it from my partners, where if you don't listen right, you're definitely going to get the message wrong.
Well, Aaron Sherinian, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for letting me be part of it.